Welcome to Chicago, the city that's famous for its blues and jazz music, bold architecture, great food, and so much more. And for coin enthusiasts, Chicago is also famous as the home of the American Numismatic Association's annual convention, now appropriately known as the World's Fair of Money. This vibrant Midwest location is just about ideal for a big national coin show. And what a rich numismatic history Chicago enjoys, dating back to the very first A&A convention 120 years ago. Due to its convenience and well-deserved reputation as one of America's greatest coin towns, Chicago has hosted the annual A&A convention more times than any other city. The A&A is pulling out all the stops this year, hosting an exhibit that promises to be one of the biggest and best the numismatic world has ever seen, far bigger than last year's exhibit in Boston. Whatever your interest in numismatics, you'll find it at the A&A World's Fair of Money in Chicago. In this video, we'll get together with Larry Shepard, Executive Director of the American Numismatic Association, and we'll hear from a few special guests. Larry walks us through a few of the upcoming highlights, beginning with the A&A pre-show outing to the Shed Aquarium, the A&A P&G pre-show, the Stax Bowers auctions, the historic coins in the A&A Museum showcase, numismatic theater, the U.S. Mint booth, the wealth of educational opportunities available, and much more. As Larry says, the A&A has some amazing displays lined up for Chicago, and overall, it will be an unforgettable experience for the whole family.
Hi, I'm Larry Shepard. I'm Executive Director of the American Numismatic Association, and we're here at the National Money Show in Sacramento, California. And we're in our signature museum showcase. This is something that's exclusive to the A&A and to our conventions. And this is an idea we have where we can bring major rarities and items of numismatic interest and numismatic education out to the public, out of our museum, so they don't have to come to Colorado Springs to see the many things we have in our museum there. We have an 1804 dollar on display, for example, a 1913 nickel. We have fabulous displays of California Gold Rush coins and so forth. This is something we do at every convention, and we will have it at our Chicago convention this year in August with some just amazing displays lined up for Chicago. We're standing at the U.S. Mint booth. And the Mint is a guest at all of our conventions. They will be at our Chicago convention. They have their various coin products on display, and you can actually come here and purchase their coin products. This is always a very popular destination at our conventions. We also will have the Bureau of Engraving and Printing on site in Chicago. If you have attended one of our conventions in the past, you know, again, this is a very popular destination. They usually bring a printing press. They give demonstrations on how they engrave their notes, how they print their notes, and they usually have their billion-dollar display of paper currency. This year at Chicago, because we have more space available, we have given them more space to enlarge their programs. I'm excited, and I'll see it for the first time, just as you will, what else they have brought to Chicago for your viewing pleasure. Also in Chicago, as part of our museum showcase, we will have a display from the Smithsonian Institution, and it will be a display of their history of $20 gold pieces, double eagles, starting with probably the most valuable coin in all of the American numismatics, the 1849 double eagle, extending right up through the 1933 double eagle. You'll see other major rarities like the 1927D. You'll see a couple of high relief, 1907 high relief double eagles that were presented to President Roosevelt, one that was a gift to his daughter, and so on and so forth. So it's a fascinating display from the Smithsonian Institution, and this is another exclusive that we have at the A&A conventions, and we will be having these at future A&A conventions as we go forward. What we're trying to do is to take our conventions to the next level. Typically the summer A&A has been one of the largest coin shows of the year. It's also a convention, not just a coin show. It's a place where people come to meet with their clubs, with their various activities and so forth. But we want to ramp that up even more with more educational opportunities, more things to see, more things to do, more special displays, etc. We're wanting to build our summer show up to a 600-table event, something that's never been accomplished before in the history of numismatics. And so by going to the Rosemont Arena, we have over 200,000 square feet of space, which is about double what we had this last summer in Boston, if you attended that. So That gives us a lot of flexibility to do things that we've never done before. We can have specialized sections, for example, for various categories of dealers. We can have a section, let's say, for the Canadian dealers. We can have a section for the European dealers. And we're reaching out, trying to bring more foreign dealers, more foreign mints to our shows, so we can actually turn this into a real World's Fair of Money as opposed to just having a World's Fair of Money in name. We're also working to market these conventions much more aggressively, to bring more people to come to our conventions. One way we're doing that is that we publish a monthly magazine called The Numismatist. It's for our membership. This year, in the first week of June, when our members go to their mailbox, they're going to find that their typical 110-page copy of The Numismatist is for that month a 250-page copy of The Numismatist. And those 250 pages will all be to promote the Chicago Convention. It will talk about what you're going to see at that convention, all the various attractions, the things you could do. We've also had our staff develop, and this is just a prototype so it won't have a ring on it, but we've had our staff develop a special Chicago travels guide. And this will tell people who are interested in coming to Chicago for the convention all the family activities, various attractions in Chicago, outside Chicago, places you can go if you want to go on a day trip, the dining opportunities, the shopping opportunities, how to get around, all the things you need to know about Chicago. This is about 50 pages of information prepared entirely by A&A staff that will really help you turn the Chicago A&A convention into a family vacation if you so choose, and make it a much more pleasant experience. That's what we're trying to do with our A&A shows. We're trying to turn them into destinations. So it's not just a bourse, it's not just a coin show. It's a bourse, it's a coin show, it's a convention, and it's a family destination. And we think if we do that, we'll give you a much better value for your dollar, a much more enjoyable numismatic experience. One other benefit of our conventions is that we now offer various outings at the beginning of our conventions, what we call our kickoff outings. So we've turned these into really good events. And I think, again, this is a big part of our convention that sets our conventions off from other coin shows around the country. When we go to Chicago this August, we have arranged a very special night, which will be a dinner at the Shedd Aquarium, the very famous Shedd Aquarium down on the lake shore in Chicago. And we'll actually be having a meal in view of the water tanks, so we'll be sitting there enjoying a good meal together while the fish are swimming around us and so forth. So we think this is just going to be a tremendous event. We'll also offer a tour of the Shedd Aquarium, and it's a wonderful evening we have planned, so we would really encourage you to sign up for that event if you're coming to our Chicago convention. When you come to D&A conventions, you get the best auctions of the year. Stack's Bowers will be providing our auction in Chicago this year. We actually will have a two-pronged convention in Chicago this year. First is our normal World's Fair of Money, which will run from Tuesday through Saturday. That is the same convention you're used to seeing at what we call the Summer A&A. But this year, for the first time, in conjunction with the Professional Numismatists Guild, we're offering the A&A P&G pre-show, which is primarily a wholesale show for dealers. It takes the place of the random pre-shows that have been offered by other vendors in the past. This allows the dealers to come in the weekend before the World's Fair of Money and set up in the tables that they will be using for the whole week and do their wholesale trading in preparation for the World's Fair of Money. So we think that's a big benefit for the dealer community as well as for the collector community also. So we're really trying to bring more dealers, more coins, more activities, more of everything that the collectors want when they come to a convention.
Specifically regarding the auctions, we haven't really been quiet about the fact that we're jumping for joy with the opportunity of having the A&A sales for the next 3 years.
We'll have the whole spectrum of numismatic items for the Chicago A&A. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a wonderful week-long event for us, and I hope everybody has a enjoyable time and finds what they want to find from a bidding standpoint. There'll be plenty to offer there and plenty of different variety of items for them to buy.
Oh, the next show is A&A, in Chicago, and that's a show that I drive to, but that's a show that I really enjoy going to. There's a lot of people within 3-4 hours of drive time. It brings in a lot of people from Wisconsin and, well, not only Illinois, but Indiana and Detroit too. I mean, the Michigan people. So I'm really looking forward to that one. That's in the summer, and it should be a really good time. I really enjoy doing that one.
We hope to see you taking part in the events as we move forward throughout this year. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank PCGS for this video and for the opportunity to speak with you.
But come to Chicago, you're going to see some wonderful rare coins, some expensive coins, and of course there'll be exhibits for error coins, normal coins, and so much information that you won't have enough time to see everything you'd like to see.
Be sure to join PCGS and the ANA at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in nearby Rosemont. The ANA P&G pre-show starts August 12th, and the World's Fair of Money convention runs from August 16th through the 20th. See you there!